Good morning. Welcome to Unity Church at the Hills. Welcome to this wonderful Sunday. We're going to start our service. We're all just mirrors. In your faces I see clearer than I've ever seen before. The heart is where to live from, to give all you can give from. This is what I truly know for sure. And love is what we're here for, to give and give more. Love. And love is what we're here for, to give and give more. Love, 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 love. Love, love, love. I'm tired of all this anger and my own unkind behavior. Who am I to judge anyone at all? 'Cause if I look into you, I can see the pain you've been through. And I know 'cause I felt the same way you do. And love is what we're here for, to give and give more. Love. Love is what we're here for, to give and give more. Love, 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 love.
Thank you, Roderick, Matt, Ron, and Glenn. So nice to have you all this morning. All right, well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Unity Church of the Hills. My name is Anaya, and I am the Director of Community Engagement and Development here at Unity Church of the Hills, and it is my pleasure to welcome you into this air-conditioned space on a very hot summer day. To those of you online, hopefully you are tucked into the nooks of cool in your spaces as well. We're so glad that you are here and that you are choosing to spend Sunday morning with us here at Unity Church of the Hills. If you are new to us, I invite you to consider connecting more fully. There is a QR code on the back of the pew seat in front of you. You can scan that code and fill out a connection card, and it has ways that you can stay connected: email, newsletter, phone call, or perhaps even deciding that you want to volunteer. If you are online, we welcome you to click that link below in your description box. It'll take you to the same card. We would love to hear from you and know who you are. Speaking of connecting, if you're interested in joining Unity or learning more about who we are and what we learn here at Unity Church of the Hills, I welcome you to consider the Path Class. The Path Class is a day where you can spend some time learning about our principles, some of our teachings, and that will be taking place on Saturday, October 3rd. And if you want to go a little deeper in connection, I welcome you to consider joining the Spirit Circle, or a Spirit Circle, not the Spirit Circle. We have many. And for more information, you can look that up online, or you can visit the table out in the foyer. So for now, let's take a moment to center in and find our breath and come together in this space and this time. If it feels comfortable for you, welcome your eyes to float closed, or let your gaze rest upon the earth. Maybe you begin the conversation with the elements around you, the air over the skin, or maybe the light filtering through your eyelids. And perhaps for the first time today, begin a conscious conversation with the breath of Spirit. And center your awareness on the beginning of that breath as it moves into the body. Focus on the beginning. And as that breath moves into the body land and unfolds the wings of your soul, begin to notice the beginning of the exhale, the moment the breath is returned to the ether. And as you settle here in this conversation with breath, beginnings, endings, expanding and releasing, we open our hearts to the gift of prayer.
As we pray, our hearts go deeper. Breathe into that. As we pray, our hearts go deeper. In this moment now, I know that there is only one power, one presence, one source. It is known by many names, and maybe it has no name. We join in declaring that the ground of all being and the source of all love, it lives and moves through each of us. We claim it, we know it. This one life that is moving through each of us. And in this service, we gather to remember this oneness and embody it, the healing and transformative power of love. We are grateful for the opportunity as an inclusive, loving, and spirit-led community for this beautiful space, for every life represented here, those that came before us, and those that will come. Thank you for your service, for greeting everyone today as they are the face of God. And we give thanks for the teachings today, and we claim this to be true as our hearts go deeper in prayer. Amen.
Just to make it through another day, you got to let it go, let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. And I let go, let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more, no more, no more
struggle, no more strife.
no more strife. With my faith, I see the light.
I'm free.
I'm free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Hey, I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for
Yes. Hey, welcome back, Jack. Good morning. That was amazing. Thank you for that. Where do we go from there? I want to share with you a short reading from one of my favorite authors and one of my favorite books. This is a book by Wayne Muller. I have mentioned him before, I'm sure, probably more than once. He is one of my favorite authors, and this book is called How Then Shall We Live? 4 Simple Questions That Reveal the Beauty and Meaning of Our Lives. And as my talk today, I'm going to be exploring these questions a little bit deeper. So I want to share with you something he says about these questions. And he says 4 simple questions that have shaped the spiritual journeys of pilgrims and seekers for thousands of years. They call forth the very nature of who we are and how we live our brief time on earth. When we meditate upon these 4 questions, they reveal the true nature of our love and our strength, our courage and our wisdom. They allow us to break free, to grow beyond what we already know. And through them, we glimpse the relentless spark of spiritual magic that burns within each of us. A spark that can light our way as we venture forth. They enable us to gently awaken the 4 fundamental realms of our inner life: identity, love, practice, and kindness. And the questions that we will be exploring together a little bit are: who am I? What do I love? How shall I live knowing that I will die? And what is my gift to the family of the earth?
This is my last song. If it's my final day, if tomorrow I'll be gone, what do I want to say? If this is my last song, if it's my time to go, when my body's moved on, what will I have to show? Oh, but fortune and fame, they scatter to the wind. The things that make a name just don't matter in the end. Is the world a little more peaceful? The oceans and sky a little more blue? Is human kindness a little bit brighter about the good that we can do? Does the sun shine a little bit brighter where before there was only rain? If so, then I'm glad I came. these are my last words for all of the earth to hear. If all that I've ever been is about to disappear, if these are my last words, there's nothing I need to say. I have only tried to serve. It's never been about talking anyway. So much hurt there is to heal. It's hard to understand. All I can hope to feel is that I am doing what I can. And is the world a little more peaceful? Oceans and sky a little more blue? Is human kindness a little bit wiser about the good that we can do? Does the sun shine a little bit brighter where before there was only rain? If so, then I'm glad I came. Have I given hope to the hopeless? Has human hungry soul been fed? Has a child stood a little bit taller because of something I have said? Have I left a little kindness? Have I eased a little pain? If so, then I'm glad I came. For that, I'm so glad I came. If this is my last song, what do I leave behind? What do I pass on if I am out of time?
Thank you, Matt. Band, thank you, guys. So as I shared when I was sharing the reading, I love this book. It's been on my shelf for many years. If you see all my little tabs and highlights, you'll see how I have really been using this book quite a bit. I picked it up as I was contemplating the talk today. I picked it up and started reading it again. As I thought, well, obviously, if it spoke to me, there must be something in it for me, and maybe something that I might want to share with you today. And so I began reading it, and as would happen, as often happens, I read something that I don't remember ever reading before, even though I've read this book many times. And if I did read it, it didn't touch me in the same way that it did this time. And it inspired this talk today. So I want to share with you what he says here. He's talking about, he did at the time, I don't know where he lives now, but he lived in New Mexico at the time. He says, "The piñon tree outside my window stands rooted in the dry ground. Dry grasses ring the base of the trunk, and a single branch slowly shifts in the warm, gentle breeze. Other trees stand near, a community that has stood together and waited, like this, in this place for longer than I have been alive. Their trunks have, each in their own way, accommodated their shape to the heat of the summer sun. Each has withstood winter's cold and has been shaped by driving sleet, hail, and snow. Every inch is a testimony to the relentless teachings of successive seasons. When I put my hand on the bark, I can feel the tree's story. I can hear the knowing of this place, a knowing that comes from years of growth, change, and time that coalesces in this singular life. Here in this spot on the earth, time is simply one more nutrient to be digested. With my hand on the trunk of this piñon, I can feel how life can, with miraculous, deliberate concentration, adapt to the inevitable stirrings of change. And as I read that, I was inspired. And so one morning, when I arrived here early, I went out here, and this is why the blinds are open today. I went out here and decided, okay, well, if he can do it, I can do it. And so I spent some time with my hand on the bark of this tree that has stood outside this space for as long as this has been here and for much longer than we have been here. Because I believe, as he said in the book, these trees hold ancient wisdom. They hold the wisdom of this place. They hold the wisdom of those who came before us. They hold the wisdom of the earth, our mother. And what I want to share with you today, I want to share with you that what really happened, I did not hear a voice coming out of a tree. I did not speak to me in English. But what happened was, and what I believe can happen in these exchanges that we have with nature and with each other, if we're willing, is this space that we think is empty space, right? We think there's space between me and the tree, or even between my palm and the bark of the tree. But what happens in that is there's energy, there's life, there's spirit moving in the space that is, we think is empty space, but it's full of life. And so we open to that, and so you could call it my imagination, you might call it intuition, you might think I've lost my mind or gone around the bend. But what I believe is that it's spirit, it's life in the exchange between us and nature. It's what happens in that breath that we breathe with the trees. And the trees breathe with us, and the trees inform us if we're willing to stop and pay attention. And so I normally don't have notes for my talk, but I wanted to share with you this morning, verbatim, what came to me as I was communing with the tree. And I asked the tree permission, can we, all right? Can we have this conversation? Can I ask you these 4 questions? How would you answer these 4 questions? And of course, the tree was like, whoa, yeah, I've been waiting for somebody to ask me. And so the first question I asked was, who am I? And this is what the tree said to me. I am life, giving of itself, sharing itself, evolving itself, becoming itself. I am the acorn. I am the tree from which that acorn fell. And I am the acorn from which that tree was born. And on it goes. I am the earth in which I am grounded. I am the water that nourishes me. I am the life forms that make the soil their home. I am the life forms that make their homes in my bark and on my branches. I am the wind that blows through me. I am the snow that may cover my leaves. I am the ice that breaks my branches. I am strength. I am vulnerability. I am the twists and turns of this life journey. I am the growth, I am the pruning. I am a part of the greater whole. I am the root system that connects me with other trees, the ones you see and the ones you don't. I am the shade for you as you gather and play beneath my canopy. I am you in another form, rooted and ever unfolding in this time and space. So what I love about what I was receiving from the tree is that it's not just about the tree. It's about us. It's about me. I think the tree was giving me some wisdom about my own life that I want to share today with you all as well. The tree, I love that I didn't get from the tree, oh, I'm an oak tree. I've been here for so many decades. I'm 45 feet tall. Whatever those labels might be, but no. The tree responded in describing relationship. I am everything that has come before me. I am the acorn, and I am the acorn that gave birth to that tree, and that tree, and that tree, and that tree. I am the history of this place. I am the community around me. I am my root system. I am all the life that lives underground and that lives above the ground. So when I connect more deeply with the tree, I would say that who I am is informed by every experience, every encounter, every person that I've ever had the experience with. Not that we are defined by any of that, but we're informed by that. It helps to shape who we are, how we show up. And the great thing about being human and not a tree is that we're conscious. Not that it's not conscious, but we are conscious enough to be able to reflect on that, to integrate that, to heal those things that might have harmed us, broken our branches, twisted our growth in some way. And so it's important for us to recognize that for ourselves. Who am I? I am everyone. I am everything. I am the earth. I am the sun. I am the trees. I am every person who has ever touched my life in some way. And then I asked the tree the question, what do you love? And the tree said, I love all that appears before me. I love the sun and I love the rain. I love the moon and the stars. I love the squirrels and the foxes. I love the owl and the deer. I love the heat and I love the cold. I love the earth. I love the worms and the mycelium. I love the beetles. I love you. I love because I am love. I love because I know nothing but love. So I believe the tree is telling us something really important about love. Love is not just an emotion. Love is not just an action. That love is a state of being. That the tree said, I love the cold and the heat. I even love the beetles that may damage my bark. I love the sun. I love the snow. I love the animals that nest in my branches. The tree doesn't get to choose. The tree doesn't really get to choose the birds that nest in its branches. The tree doesn't really get to choose what gnaws on its roots. The tree doesn't get to choose any of that. But the tree loves. The tree loves because there is nothing but love. What might it look like for us to live as the tree? Can you honestly say you love the heat? Or the cold? Can we honestly say that we even love those things that might metaphorically break our branches, that might be so heavy on us, that we feel like part of us is falling away? Can we really say that we love when the drought comes in our lives and we light and love that? When it seems, like we talked about last week, in a way, when things begin to seemingly fall apart, what do? Can we love that? Can we honestly say, I love simply because I am love? I know nothing but love. I think the tree is wise. I love everything. Are you breathing? What if we took that posture? How about just for the afternoon? Yeah? Whatever shows up. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love that. I love that. I love you. I love you. And then I asked the tree, how will you live knowing that you will die? And the tree laughed. She laughed. Not a laugh at the question, not like it was a joke, but one of those laughs that arise from that deep place of knowing, that deep place of peace I talked about last week, where we enter that sacred chamber of our hearts, entering in that place of oneness with all life, where we say, be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that you are God. Be still and know that all is God. Be still and know that all is life. And then thinking about death, there's that, She said, my dear, we shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye. I am but life energy, living itself, expressing itself, awakening unto itself, sharing itself. Energy is not created and it does not die. It simply changes form. I am a life energy manifesting as a tree in this time and space. I know that form will change. It does change from season to season. I know that personally. Every time I look in the mirror, it changes from season to season to season. She said, someday I may be wood for someone's fireplace, keeping them warm. I may be lumber for someone's home, keeping them safe. I may be mulch for someone's garden, protecting their plants. I live knowing that all things are impermanent. I also live knowing that life energy is eternal. So you ask, how will I live knowing that I will die? I do not die. I simply transform. So how do I live knowing that this form may no longer be? I live in peace. I live in love with all of life. So the tree, in its wisdom, reminds us that energy, we're all energy. Everything is energy. Energy is not created. Energy doesn't die. It simply transforms. How often do we spend so much time and energy worrying about death or what's going to happen when we die, or the idea of death scares us in some way? What if, like the tree, we recognize it's impermanent? This body will eventually fall away. There's at some point my soul and spirit will not be inhabiting this body, just as yours will not be inhabiting that body. But energy is eternal. In the book, Wayne Muller shares stories about his work with people. He wrote the book in the 1990s. He was working a great deal with people who were experiencing the effects of HIV/AIDS and the opportunistic diseases that arise from that, and working with people as they are in the process of releasing this physical form. He works a lot with people who are experiencing transition, transformation. And one of the things he says, and he invites people into, and I would invite us into this as well today, to say to yourself, I could die today. Not in a morbid sense. Not in an idea that, I could die today. But I could die today. It's true, it's true. We don't know how much time we have in this form. What would we do today if we knew that this was the last day we would have in this body? What if we lived every day with that awareness? Not a morbid awareness, but an awareness of being alive right now. Being alive for everything that shows up in our lives right now. What if we could live our lives doing exactly what we would say we would do if we knew it was the last day of our lives? Or, as someone shared this morning, what would we not do? If we knew this was the last day that we had in this body. He shares in the book that a great teacher once was asked, what is the most amazing thing? And he says, the most amazing thing is that all around us, people are dying, people are transforming, yet we think it won't happen to us. The most amazing thing. So what if? What if? And are we willing to just trust as the tree trusts? The tree knows. Life is eternal. The body will transform. And so the last question I ask the tree is, what is your gift to the family of the earth? And the tree said, I stand as a constant present reminder of the value of releasing and letting go of things that are no longer life-giving, of the power of patience and perseverance, of the importance of grounding. I stand here to remind you that you must look closely and pay attention to what lives beneath the surface. I stand here to remind you that life expresses itself in many and varied shapes and sizes. That connection and collaboration are essential to survival. I stand here to remind you to love what appears before you, to value the twists and turns that weave a beautiful life. Welcome it all. If you go outside and stand beneath this tree or any tree and look up, you will notice how the limbs curve and twist and wind around, weave through and around each other, creating this beautiful tapestry of tree. So can we allow the wisdom of this beautiful tree to remind us that what is important is presence. This tree has existed in this place for decades. And it has endured cold and ice and heat and drought and any manner of life that has made its home in its branches and in its bark, and it has survived. It doesn't say its gift is the oxygen. It doesn't say it's the shade. It doesn't say it's the acorns or the fruit of the tree. It shares with us that its gift is being present, being available, being a reminder. So what if your gift is not the next great American novel? What if your gift is not the great next best-selling song? What if your gift is not a program or a talk or anything that is in the physical form? What if your gift and my gift to the family of the earth is standing in the presence of an illness, being present with it, not resisting, but also learning and growing from that. And maybe someone else watching and noticing your strength, your courage, your perseverance, and learning from you. What if your gift is to staying grounded through a storm in your own life, when the winds of change might be buffeting you? What if your greatest gift to the family of the earth is showing others the power of that, the power of presence? What if your gift to the family of the earth is encouraging children, supporting children? What if your gift to the family of the earth is a revealing to other people vulnerability and strength, and they can coexist? It doesn't have to be anything tangible. So as you consider these 4 questions, who am I? What do I love? How will I live, knowing that I will die? Or how will I live knowing that this body may no longer be in this form? What is my gift to the family of the earth? What I'm coming back to is my experience with this tree is being present and listening in the quiet, listening in the stillness, listening with intention. And allowing yourself to be revealed to yourself, allowing that wisdom to be revealed to you. It may come through a tree. It may come through a bird. It may come through a rock. It may come through any experience that you have that you're willing to open. So my invitation to us this week, well, I would just say find a tree. We've got plenty of them out here. Find a tree or find a rock. Find something. And spend some time just being, listening. Put your hand on the bark, put your hand on the rock, put your hand on something and recognize the connection, life, energy that's living itself and moving itself in and through and as you. And connect with the divine wisdom. Allow it to speak to you, to your heart. Who are you? Who am I? What do I love? How will I live? Knowing that this time, in this incarnation, is limited. It will end one day. And what can I give right now as my gift to the family of the earth? So let's take a moment and breathe into those questions. And just imagine going deep into that place, that sacred chamber of your own being. Be still and know. Be still and connect with the life energy that is living itself, breathing itself, awakening unto itself, sharing itself, experiencing itself as this incarnation right here and right now. This body, this soul, this spirit, this being unique and perfect. And in the silence of your own heart, right here and right now, call forth the question, who am I? Who am I? It's really a question that has no ultimate answer. Who am I? What do I love? Knowing that I am love, am I willing to claim that I know nothing but love? What am I putting outside of my love? Am I willing to open, to embrace all that appears before me and to love it? How will I choose to live this day, knowing that my time in this body is limited? How will I live this day to the fullest? Gently, quietly, say to yourself, I could die today. I could die today. Not that you will. But recognizing the possibility. What do you do? What do you not do? And what is my gift? truly take a moment and honor your gift. Your gift that you are giving right here and now through your willingness to be present, for your willingness to show up, for your willingness to be a reminder for someone else of their strength, their courage, their ability to withstand the storms of life, to stand strong. Your ability to hold both strength and vulnerability and be a witness. So let's take just a short time in quiet contemplation, listening in the silence. So with every breath, we open to the ancient wisdom that lives within each of us, grounded in this time and space, ever evolving, ever unfolding, just like that tree, firmly rooted in the truth of who we are. Take a breath. How you doing out there? So now is the time when we have the opportunity to share from our good, to support this ministry. First of all, I want to say thank you for all the ways that you do support this ministry, for your financial gifts and offerings, for your time and your talent. And just a reminder that we do rely upon your gifts and offerings to support this ministry. And so I invite you to take a moment as we move into this time of offering, again, to consider what is yours to give. How do you want to support? What is in your heart to give? To give generously and openly, to support this ministry so that it can continue to inspire and to touch people and to provide a place for people to come and be enriched and inspired not just on Sunday mornings, but throughout the week and through other events that happen here. This is a sacred space. This is a sacred place. You agree with me? Yes. And this land is sacred, and it holds great wisdom. And so it's important for us to continue to support it, to value it. So I welcome you. Thank you for that. If you want to give electronically, there's a card in the pew back there. You can scan different platforms to give. If you'd like to give physical money or check, there are baskets in the back as you leave. We invite you to give your offering that way. Those of you who are online, you see there many ways for you to give. We'll also accept a check, so you can mail a check to us if you want to. Thank you again for all the ways you give. So now I invite you to place your hand on your heart, your left hand there at your heart center. Feel that love energy radiating, reminding you are a radiating center of divine love. The affirmation that our co-founder Myrtle Fillmore taught us, I am a radiating center of divine love. Let's say that together. I am a radiating center of divine love. And as you claim that, hold your offering. If you've given already, just imagine you're giving it. If you're going to give electronically, just allow that energy to flow through your hand as we bless our offering. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I circulate, and I am grateful.
May the good Lord be with you down every road you roam. And may sunshine and happiness surround you when you're far from home. And may you grow to be proud, dignified and true. To do unto others as you'd have done to you. Be courageous and be brave, and in my heart you will remain forever young, forever young. May good fortune be with you, may your guiding light be strong. Build a stairway to heaven with a prince or a vagabond. And may you never love in vain, and in my heart you will remain forever young, forever young. Ooh, young. Oh, young. When you finally fly away, I'll be hoping that I served you well. For all the wisdom of a lifetime, no one could ever tell. But whatever road you choose, I'm right behind you, win or lose, forever young, forever young.
Thank you, Roderick. Thanks, Matt. My name is Charles Davis. Today I wanted to take a couple of minutes to speak to you on behalf of the Board of Trustees of Unity Church of the Hills. As you may be aware, we are accepting nominations for open positions on the board for this next year. The board, if you are not aware, consists of 8 people from this church. One is the lead minister of the church, Reverend David, and 7 other members elected at large from our congregation. That's all of us, okay? This is a very exciting time for our church. We have gone through a period of reflection, deep reflection, to determine who we are as a church, where we are going, what our church looks like down the road. We have set the intention to attract the best and greatest lead minister, and we have achieved that. Yes. Now we are moving on to create the greatest governance structure for our church that will lead us into the next decade and beyond, okay? One part of that governance structure is already almost complete, and you will see it in the annual meeting in November on the 15th. It is the bylaws. We have revised the bylaws, or are finishing the revision of the bylaws, to bring them in line with who we are as a church, to align ourselves with the governance structure of Unity communities and leaders up at the national level. Beyond that, we also have to create a governance structure, creating all the structure of policies and everything that have to be put into place to lead this church into the future. It is a very exciting time. I wanted to let you know that a year ago, when I took this position on the board, I looked within in my heart to see and understood that this was the next right thing for me to do. And I encourage you to look within your heart. And I'm talking directly to you. We're not asking for you to nominate somebody else. I'm looking to you to look within your heart and see, is this the next right thing for you to do for our church? And I'm talking to all of you online also. Look within, and please, if you're at all willing to do this, to take on this sacred service for our church, please consider volunteering your name. There is a box right outside the door to the right with forms available. Please put your name on the form and place it in the box, okay? Thank you very much.
Charles, and thank you to all of our board members who serve so lovingly for our community. We appreciate you. All right, so we have a few invitations to inspire the effervescence of your spirit if you're interested here at Unity. First, I just want to mention that we are having a YFM volunteer open house in Unity Oaks. And if you're new to our campus, Unity Oaks is the second building across the sidewalk there, just beneath the canopies of those oaks. So if you're interested in volunteering or inspiring our youth and supporting their spiritual development, we would love to have your presence there. It's a time where you can come ask questions, meet other volunteers, learn a little bit more about the program. We would love to have you be a part of the little beings and their journey into their spiritual future. So I welcome you to consider that. Go ahead and grab a snack, grab some food, and then wander down. We'll be there for a while, so you don't have to rush to make your way down. I also want to invite you to the 33rd Annual World Day of Prayer. That will be happening September 9th through 10th, and we will begin our time into that sacred 24 hours with a spiritual journey here at Unity, our World Day of Prayer Invocation service. That will be at 7 p.m. here in the sanctuary. It is an interfaith service. We have invited some of our partners who have either shared space with us or who have held their own spiritual experience here at Unity Church of the Hills. And so we hope that you will join us for a lovely evening of prayer, different types of prayer, music, some chanting, and just some time to be in that space with one another. If you're interested in signing up for a 30-minute prayer vigil, you can also do that for the World Day of Prayer. The sign-up sheet is out in the sanctuary just to the left as you exit the doors. Next Sunday, we will be hosting a 25% off Labor Day sale in the bookstore, thanks to an anonymous donor. So we do appreciate that, and if you want to get your Christmas shopping started very early, that's a good time to go ahead and take advantage of that sale. And now Reverend Jean and Shad Groverland would like to share an invitation with you themselves.
Good morning, I'm Reverend Jean Lean, and this is Carissa Riddle. And we're heading into a busy season of school, family time, the holidays, and so it's really the perfect time for us to slow down just a bit and get grounded.
On September 12th, we'll be hosting a one-day silent meditation retreat here at UCOH. Between 9 and 4, we'll be moving through a series of gentle walking and seated meditations.
We'll be giving instructions on the walking meditation, and also at the beginning of each seated period, we'll have a reading, something for you to reflect upon as you go within and settle.
And this retreat is truly for anybody at any level of experience. So whether you've been meditating a very long time, or this is your first time, or you've thought to yourself, I can't do this, we would really love to see you here.
Yes, and taking a full day for yourself is something we rarely do. So we really invite you to slow down and take the day for yourself to reconnect with a sense of purpose and presence.
We'd really love to see you spend a meaningful day of silence with us.
Yes, so Saturday, September 12th from 9 to 4, you can sign up on the events page and look for the details there. We hope to see you there.
Thank you.
Hello, my friends. Reverend Shad Groveland here, inviting you to join me September 20th at Unity of the Hills for a deep dive into abundance. I'm going to be speaking that morning, and more specifically, I'm doing a workshop that afternoon from 1 to 4 p.m. at Unity of the Hills. And again, we are doing a deep dive into abundance, the type of deep dive that Charles and Myrtle Fillmore did. Now, I know, having grown up in Unity myself, sometimes we just dip our toes into the world of prosperity and abundance, but this is going to be different. We're actually going into the type of teachings that Charles and Myrtle Fillmore practiced themselves to get the results of abundance truly flowing in your life, because we know that the blockages happen here, in the mind, in our consciousness, and if we don't address that, then we keep those blockages in place and the flow doesn't happen. So we are going to unblock those blockages. We're going to get that flow flowing, and I hope you can join me for that from 1 to 4 p.m. Sunday, September 20th at Unity of the Hills.
So if you're interested in participating in either one of those, the retreat or the workshop after Shad's teaching on Sunday, I welcome you to register online. You can go to the website, the events page, and you will find the registration there. Each week, our prayer chaplains hold sacred space for us in the sanctuary and after service. And today, our beautiful chaplains, are Heidi and Sylvia. Sylvia, there she is over there. So if you are in need of prayer or someone to sit with you through prayer, Heidi and Sylvia will be available after service. One will be on the sanctuary platform. The other will be in the chapel. For those of you that are online, if you're needing prayer, please feel free to call the Silent Unity number on your screen. They are available 24 hours a day to pray with you. Same goes for those of us here in the sanctuary. That number is always available to us. And if you do have a prayer request, but you're not able to connect with a prayer chaplain, you're welcome to leave prayer in the box just out the sanctuary doors to the left, and we welcome that. One last thing before we wrap up. If you are wearing a red name tag, trimmed name tag, some people might want to come up and say hi to you. So if you, those of you that have been here, have been coming for a while, if you see a new face, if you see someone you don't recognize, even if you see a red trim name tag, go up, introduce yourself, say hello, maybe show them around a little bit. I've gone up to people that have come here before, and I'm just like, you're new. And they're like, no, I've actually been here a few times. So it's just because I haven't seen them, but it does create another form of connection here at Unity Church of the Hills. Thank you all for sharing your Sunday morning with us as we close out our song.
And join us for our closing song.
I am blessed. I am blessed every day of my life. I am blessed, 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 blessed. When I wake up in the morning and I lay my head to rest, I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed.
And please join me as we say our closing prayer. God is light, I am that light. God is love, I am that love. God is the one power and one presence. I am that power and presence. As light, love, power, and presence, I live in unity with all creation and cultivate a world that works for all. And so it is.
Okay, on your way out, we're going to honor Dolly, all right? Here we go. 2, 3, 4.
Cup of ambition and trenching, yawning, trying to come to life.